Hey, welcome to my channel where I've lost 175 pounds with keto and carnivore. Thank you for watching. Happy Palm Sunday! Today's the day when the church celebrates when Jesus rode into Jerusalem on the donkey. And when all the people laid down their coats and the palms for Jesus to ride in on. So I'm getting me some breakfast going before I go to church this morning. So it's a pretty big day in the church community. Oh, I got 2 pieces left. I'm going to go on and fry them. And then, well, maybe not. They don't fit. All right, I won't fry them. Where's my thingy? Here. I'll just fry those because when you lay it down, they stick to it, and so you can't really move them until they release. So I got that. Over here, I'm slicing up. I bought a Rutabaga this week. I'm gonna drive home from work, so I bought a Rutabaga. So I'm slicing that up because we're gonna have this. And then I've got my big old thing of eggs over here. So I will show you that here in a little bit. Okay, let's flip our bacon. I've been enjoying making bacon on the weekends. It's been kind of fun. So I'm going to pick up some more. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, and we'll take this press off and just kind of lay it over here to kind of sit for a little bit to cool off. I'm going to pull out my bacon. Well, let me flip it for a couple seconds. Come on, little fellers. This side just a little bit crispier. It always crisps up though whenever I put it on the paper towel and the moisture absorbs. It always crisps up good. But so there, let's just take it out. Now I told y'all I'm just kind of playing without the protein and just seeing things, to do. And I know it's funny. It's only like 30 calories. No, I think it's only 50 calories. And it's funny, but when you're used to having that full feeling in the morning, you want to not lose it. And I'm not saying I won't buy the protein powder. I'm just experimenting on other options. Because in the end, if I need it, I buy it. I'll buy it. I'm good with it. But in the meantime, it's always good to know, because it may, something may happen, and protein powder may not be a thing in the future. Who knows? So you kind of need to be prepared for stuff. So this way we kind of know. All right, well, what can I do instead? So gotta always be prepared. Plus, not to mention, I'm gonna say this. When you've been on a weight loss journey for 3.5 years, things kind of get stale and boring, and you got to do things to keep it interesting. For those of you who've been watching me very long, I get bored pretty easy with things. So you kind of got to liven things up from time to time by making changes. I got to find my lid. Hang on. All right, I'm going to cover this for I'll check it in about 3 minutes. Look, quality assurance is here. Alright, it actually ended up being 5 minutes because at 3 minutes they were not ready. Okay, not quite 5 minutes. There's 11 seconds left on my timer. So just remember, because rutabaga is not potatoes, it does not do everything like a potato. So it does not brown the same way as a potato. I mean, it browns, but just not in all the same places as a potato. It just does things a little bit differently, which is fine with me. I don't mind. I'm going to get a little salt and pepper for them. Hold on. Get a little regular salt. I forgot to salt the other side. But that's all right. It'll still taste good because I could add more salt when they're done if I need to. A little salt and a little potassium. Told y'all the other day I made some unflavored electrolytes. So I just followed the same recipe that I used for my other stuff, except I did not add the flavoring. So to do it, I did, let's see, 42 grams of salt and 22 grams of potassium. So that's how I did it. Now, I try to do, I do like maybe like 2/3 of a scoop. So I don't have that part down to a science or anything. But yeah, so I made those, and that's what I have in my tea. I'm not giving up coffee. There's nothing wrong with coffee. I was just kind of, oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was kind of just playing around and thought, well, what's something else with caffeine? And in fact, I'm going to see Mom today, and on my way back, I'm going to stop and pick up some coffee pods for my Keurig because, hey, how you doing? How you doing? This is how I do on Sunday morning. I get ready from here up, and then I just wear my pajamas around until it's time for time to leave. So anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna stop and because I have a Keurig and it's in the basement, but I never could use it because it got too hot for the well, the protein powder, but also collagen. It got too hot for the collagen as well as the protein powder because both of them clump up. So if I'm using electrolytes, it'll be interesting to see if it gets too hot for that, which I doubt because the chocolate electrolytes is just cocoa and salt and sodium. So it should be okay with it. So I'm going to pick up some Keurig or whatever brand coffee pod, K-Cups, I think is what they call them. I'll pick up some K-Cups and try that. Just kind of playing around and just seeing what works and what doesn't. So while I still have some protein around, if it all goes south, I got something. All right, we got 2 minutes and I'll be back. All right, we still have another minute and a half to go, but they're really good on the other side too. So I'm gonna pull these out. Might leave some of them. Let's just look at them and see what we think. That one could go a little longer. That one needs to come out. Of course, I sliced them myself, so some of them are really thin and some of them are not really thin. In the meantime, let me lay some of these in here. You know, I know hindsight is 20/20. So in those days, you know, in the Bible days, they didn't know Jesus was Jesus because, you know, they didn't have the New Testament, you know. I feel like I am so blessed, and those of us believers, we're so blessed now that we have the New Testament that we can look at and go from and know how things are, you know, because that makes us, we're so fortunate that we have the New Testament. Those people on Palm Sunday, the people were excited, but they just didn't know how, just how lucky they were, man. They didn't know just how lucky they were. is a thick one, so I'm just going to kind of lay it off to the side here. I'll lay it off to the side here for a few minutes. Let it kind of cook and let these all cook, and then I'll get back to you in a couple minutes. I want to show you guys something. So this is a 60 pack of eggs. And some of you all might get the 18 and 12 pack of eggs. I want to show you all how these come. This is how they look when you open them up. There's 2 layers, and it's this cardboard type stuff. And this top row, they're going 6 by 5. The bottom, they use the same thing, but what they do is they shift them. One way they're more narrow, and the other way they're more narrow. And so these are 5 by 6. And so this is how they're housed. If you ever buy these 60 eggs, but they do them this way, and then by having them one way more narrow this way and narrow this way, that's how they're able to stack and not break each other. So I got to pull 3 eggs out. But that's how those look if you've never bought one. I thought I'd show you all how they look. Kind of interesting. This was $11. So price of eggs has gone down big time. So $11 and I got 60 eggs. Okay. I had to add, how much did I add? I think I added extra 2 minutes to it because they weren't ready. Check this little fella out. He's getting there. He's a getting there. All right, I'll see you in a few more minutes. Look what y'all let me forget. Got busy jibber jabbering and I forgot to show y'all, or I forgot to salt and pepper them. Or salt them, not pepper them. I'm going to go on and salt the other side too. And then I'll flip them back over. I think you're close enough to being done, fella. Now, by George. I think that little fella can come off too. Bring these all right into the center. Oh, that one wanted to get back in the pot with his friends. All right. Now, see you in a couple minutes. Okay, it says it's done. So, I'm just going to put them straight on my plate here. Now, we're going to get into the eggs. I need a little something to something. A little bit of ghee in it, so let me get need a little spoon. Well, one of the dogs is going to be happy when they come back in here. I think they're outside harassing the neighborhood. When they get inside, they're going to be real happy about that. But I can't call them because then one of them, they'll all come running and they won't all get that bite. So I'll just step around it for now. I'll just step around it for now. Sometimes I do little things like psst, and see which one comes in. Oh, that one broke. Guess we're gonna have hard eggs today. I'm okay with that. Can't break one egg and not all of them. That just wouldn't be prudent. Yeah. And the black pepper. And a little salt. None of them made their way in here yet. We'll cover it and I'll get right back to you. See? Look who found it. Who needs a mop when you got a puppy dog? Sweet Sammy found it. That's what happens when my quality assurance leaves the room. They miss out on my mishaps. Eggs aren't done. They're not ready to flip. They say, quit messing with us, woman. But I want them to flip anyway. So I'm forcing them to let me release them. Still some running white right in the center because it didn't flip with the others. There. I don't like the running white. I don't mind a runny yolk, but don't want it running white. But it don't take long to get it. So. Gotta get those crispy bits out of there. Them are a wonderful, wonderful part of it. Okay. That is my breakfast plate. I'm going to eat today with Mom, so we'll probably go to Hickory House. Hopefully, my weight won't go up tomorrow. That's why I wanted to weigh this morning, and I'll see what it is tomorrow. But that tastes good. My Rutabaga. The bacon. It's all good. Alright. See you at lunch. I am having a side salad with ranch dressing, and that will be the first part of my lunch. We're at our usual place, and I got my dinner date Judy with me. And there is my big old pork steak. Oh, there it is in comparison to my hand. It's as big as my hand. And my broccoli, and I give the roll to my lunch date. She can take it home. And I have about a palm worth left. Definitely full. So I had about half of my hand. I had about half of the pork steak. It was very, very good. So it's Sunday and I'm home. I weighed it out. I have 7 ounces left from the steak. I bet you that thing was 14 ounces. It was so big. And they usually are. They're always so good. I am going to heat up some of this clarified butter, this ghee that I got made this weekend. And going to do a little experimenting. Hey, who's growling? Stop it. Well, if I can get this, it's pretty, it's been in the refrigerator, but it's definitely, got some. I want to get a little bit more. We are going to make some, hang on, let me come back to you in just a minute. Okay, so after that big lunch, I don't want some big conglomerate thing, but I want to try something fun. So these are some of the chicken bites left over, and some of the strips of the pork, beef. It was the beef, oh my God, roast. It was the roast that I bought. So what I want to do, I saw this on, of course, that Brenda Gant. So she did this with, but I think it was with her chicken livers. So So I've got a little bit of, this is the buttermilk. And I'm not using a whole cup. So that's, a cup is 100 calories and 12 carbs. I'm not using that much. I just want to splash. So I just want to see how this works. So we're going to do about like that. And then I took my glove off, so I got to get a new one. Just a second. Okay, so I've got that buttermilk in there. And I want to put a little bit of this protein powder. So I saw a few days ago where Nisha Berry was using the, so let's see. Let's try a half scoop. Might be too much, might not be enough. It's just something to start with. I saw where Nisha Berry had used, I'm going to add salt. She got a hold of something. It was from Carnivore Crisp. And I'm going to add some potassium. And they have now got something called a beef flour. And so I was looking at it. And I compared the price of that beef. Well, they have all kinds of different animal flours. They had beef, and then they have organ flour, and not FLOWR, but FLOUR. I was looking, and the cost of it is $25 for 5 ounces. Now, 5 ounces, here you go. This is 9 ounces. This jar right here, it's as big as my hand. That's 9 ounces. So for 5 ounces of that flour, of that animal flour, it was $25. Well, this right here, this unflavored protein powder, it's $28 for a whole pound. So because I was online and I was like, man, you know, I saw our video, and you know, a lot of us are easily influenced. Like, I am very easily influenced. And so I was like, man, that's great. I should try it, see what I think, blah, blah, blah. And so then I priced it, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's going to be a no for me, because the protein powder is cheaper than the than that animal flour. And I'm sure it's great quality and better quality than my unflavored protein powder. Don't get me wrong. I'm realistic enough to know that that if it's something that, you know, some of those places are making, then it is probably pretty doggone clean. But I'm adding a little more of this. But still, cheap-wise, this is less expensive than buying those. Now, if any of you buy it and try it, please, please, please tell me. I am super curious about how it works. I mean, I'm sure, like I said, I am sure that it is really good stuff. But anyway, but a pound of this is $28, and 5 ounces of that animal flour is $25. So for me in this moment, this is the better option. Now the other might stick better for all I know. You know, this, I mean, you saw it doesn't stick all that perfect, but man, cost effective. It just, this to me, this is what I'm using in this moment. But anyway, so we're doing something fun. I had some strips left over from the beef roast, and then some chicken left over from what I made, the chicken fried rice yesterday. So I'm like, you know, I just want something fun, but I don't want something big and massive. So I'm going to have this, and I'm going to have a side of mashed rutabaga with it. But anyway, so we're gonna just try this, and because I had done the you know, I did the livers with this protein powder, and so I want to see how it works on other meats. So I think it would probably, just what I just did, it probably would work better without the buttermilk. And because that seems like it, what's left in the bottom of the skillet, or what's left in the bottom of this dish kind of gums up a little bit. So I think that it's the same as the livers. I should have maybe left them dry instead of the buttermilk. But that's all right. How else am I going to know if I don't try stuff? So anyway, so I'm just going to cook these until I feel like they're done on the inside of them. And it shouldn't take too long. But anyway, this is going to be yummy, yummy, yummy. So I'll come back when I feel like it's done. Alright, I think these are done. I can't promise, but I'm going to pull them out right now and let them just rest and see if they are done. Now in the meantime, because I am me and I want to do something with all those bits, that's too much oil, so I'm going to get, or too much of that ghee down there. I'm going to pour some of this ghee out and put it into this little glass container. It's a lot of heat coming up. Hopefully it doesn't break, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to leave that much. I'm going to leave that much in there. And what I want to do is the leftover protein powder, put it down in that grease. Kind of brown it a little bit. See if this is even something that can happen. May not happen. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, we don't know unless we try it. I think it probably needs a little more of this. A little more of this ghee. A little bit more of that ghee. And just see if we can brown the protein powder at all, like flour. If it's anything like my coffee, the answer is no. It's going to be chunky. But, you know. Because I was just thinking, hey, we could make like a milk gravy kind of situation, except I don't have any milk. The only thing I do have is buttermilk. And I don't know. Let's just see. Come on now, you only live once. You gotta try stuff. Buttermilk may be gross, but this might be the dumbest thing I ever did, but I don't know unless you try. I don't mind a chunky gravy. Don't mind it at all. And it's just for one time, so I'm not looking for a big something or another. So I'm going to simmer it for a couple minutes. Like I said, we may say hashtag regrets, but that's why we won't put it on our chicken. We'll let it just kind of, we'll put it in a little dish, a separate dish from this one. Drop my towel. Let's get a different little dish, and because if it's gross, we don't want. If it's gross, we don't want to put it on our chicken or beef. So, I'm trying to do left-handed so y'all can see. Alright, now hang on, I need to rinse this out while it's hot. Alright, let's see if the chicken is done all the way through. Yep, no pink in there. So that's good. Now let's see what we think of this concoction. I don't know what to call it. This chunky gravy. I like the flavor. It's chunky, but it's kind of like gravy with bits of, like, like whenever you have fried chicken. When I was a kid, I used to pull off the skin and break it off into the mashed potatoes and gravy. So, I need a plate. This is what we're going to do. Okay, I got 50 seconds till the rutabaga is done. Alright, so we got our rutabaga. I made a little well. And we're going to pour this into it, kind of like a gravy. Alright, so let's try a little rutabaga with that. See what we think. Watch my face, we'll see if it's gross. Ow! Doesn't taste bad, but burned the snot out of myself. I nuked the rutabaga, and it's hot. Sorry. Let's try a piece of the chicken, and I'll dip it in that gravy. That worked. Like I said, that protein powder didn't stick real good. But again, had I dried it off, like I, thought I had learned from the liver, it might have worked better. But it's me, and I have to fail about 4 or 5 times. Now, let's see if this is better. This bite has chicken, rutabaga, and the gravy. Now it's just the rutabaga and gravy. Ooh, there's still steam coming off of it. Hang on. Now there's all kinds of things. You don't have to use protein powder. You can go out and buy that other stuff that she's promoting, that Carnivore crisp flour, and you may love it and go for it. And if you do buy it, please tell me what you think. It might be worth the $25. Oh. Ziggy, stop timer. She's telling me to turn off my stove top. After I washed my skillet, I set on top of the stove to dry for a few minutes. Anyway, I think this is good. I think it's fun. It's something different, and I like it. But it's still too hot. I'm gonna try the. This is a piece of that of the roast. Yep. Yeah. So, there we go. That's my supper. And I'll see you next time.